defensive miscues, but I just wondered for you as an organizer on defense, what are the things that you're not seeing yet that you need to start seeing on that side of the court?
It starts with our communication. You know, we have a lot of different coverages for different guys, and we're just not talking, to be honest. Like, this messing up the guards. You know, them guys are changing their feet and getting blow by. The bigs, you know, we're confused. I won't say confused, but we're not in our coverages where we need to be up. You know, are we trapping the ball? You know, we're just not communicating. It's always, you know, 3 guys knowing 2 not, 4 knowing 1 not, and we all got to be on the same page. So it starts with our communication. You know, we were talking a lot in the fourth quarter and in the third, and we were able to get the lead, and then, you know, ultimately get the win. But it starts with our communication on the defensive end.
Frank told us that a couple of those timeouts in the third quarter were, I think, spirited was the word he used, and it was not just players, it was coaches. Did you guys have all talked really openly about being patient with how this year is going to go, but was there a sense, at least partly defensively, like, okay, like enough, like we have to, did that happen today in that second half a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, Russ said some things, I said some things, Bron said some things, Frank said some things. You know, we all know, you know, we can't control a lot of things on the offensive end as far as shots, but we can control our effort and energy, and that's all it takes to play defense, and communication. And if we can do those 3 things on a consistent basis, we can be a good defensive team. We was number 1 2 seasons ago, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we were 1, 2 last year. We were 3, so we're top 5. I mean, our scheme works. You know, we just have to be committed to doing it, and that takes no energy, no effort to just commit to playing defense. You know, it's a mindset like, okay, I want to play defense, and I'm going to do my job, and whatever my job is, if it leaves my guy open, I know the next guy's going to be in rotation to cover me because I'm doing my job, and that's a trust thing. And we showed it tonight in the fourth quarter, but we got to do it from the start.
An offensive question, AD. You, with for all your offensive skill, like you need to get the ball from one of the primary ball handlers, and that's either LeBron or Russ. So, what's your role in trying to be a part of their process of working that out? Because you need that to work out to be at your best of your ability.
Just setting good screens for them so they can get downhill. They both are very good downhill players in that fourth. And a little bit in the I don't want to say the second. Me and Russ went to the low pick and roll where he able to get to the paint or the lob or the dunk or whatever. And then the same thing with Bron, what we've been doing the 2 seasons that I've been here, just getting to that pick and roll. And now the big who's guarding me has to make a decision. Do he want to, you know, come out on Bron or you're going to stay back and Bron can go down here and attack and have a pocket pass to me. And what we did was put Melo in that strong side corner, so now that guy can't help on Bron. And if you do, you know, Melo make him pay. So just getting back to it, but it starts with me just, you know, getting some separation from my man and getting a good screen. So those 2 guys can do what they do best, get downhill and find guys.
I'm sorry.
AD, back to the defense quickly. You had 3 blocks tonight, and you're now averaging your most blocks per game in the last 5 years. I'm curious kind of what has contributed to that and just how many times you've been blocking shots?
Effort, I guess. I mean, that's all it is, in the right positions. You know, I love playing defense, and actually Trevor told me today that he said we need you to get us going defensively. And so, you know, I take all blame on defense because it's kind of like, you know, my biggest role on the team is to get everybody locked in defensively. You know, anybody have defensive questions, our bigs come to me. I'm talking to the guards about things. The coaches come to me for defensive purposes. So I take responsibility for that. But, you know, it starts with me just setting the tone on the defensive end so these guys can feed off of it.
Last 2, Kyle and John.
We've seen you and all the other guys doing the 3 gesture when Melo hits one. I'm wondering, is there just more, you know, motivation or energy when Melo starts hitting threes and gets hot? And if so, what makes that experience different?
He's old. mean, I just saw Bron just shoots more threes now than or just some stat where it's 24 attacks to bat and 24 threes, something crazy. I don't know, but I mean, when Melo gets going, man, it just opens up the floor for our team. You know, and he get hot quick, as you guys can see, and I think LaMelo ball, he don't like when we say mellow ball. He says one mellow. So the LaMelo ball, he's doing it. You know, a lot of people have started doing it, to be honest. I have done it before. Dwight did it on his three. So just an energy thing. I mean, when he gets going, he hit 2 in a row. We know he's hot. We try to find him. And when he shoots, it's such a quick release, and we know it's going in. You know, especially when he just shoot it and arms come straight down. He don't hold his follow through. You know, we know it's going in. But it's a momentum booster for us. You know, just like a dunk. It's like Bron shooting, his 60-footers. You know, Dwight getting a huge block, I'm getting a dunk, Russ getting a dunk. It's just moments.
So wonder what Melo adds as a floor spacer and as a catch and shoot guy.
A threat. He is a sniper. We call in our league guys that don't need much airspace to get it off because there's quick trigger, and it creates so much space for myself, Russ, and AD to work our pick and roll magic. When you have guys like Melo and guys that can space the floor and keep guys honest on the perimeter.
What were you seeing defensively in that first half? What were some of the things that had to be cleaned up?
Turnovers. I mean, when we don't turn the ball over, we're a pretty good team. When we turn the ball over, it definitely takes the sails out of us, and we got to do a better job of that. Especially me, for sure.
Dave?
LeBron, I think it's only the 4th game that you and Russ have played together, but there were moments, particularly the way you guys closed out the first half, where it just seemed like your synergy was really strong, finding each other, both going breakneck speed. Where's that coming along? And when you have moments like that where he finds you in consecutive possessions, where does your mind go to what this could be as the season goes on?
Yeah, it's all about progressing, and understanding the playmaker that you're playing with, understanding his core vision, his awareness. I don't think he gets enough credit for his passing ability, being able to see plays before it happened. And for me as a receiver, it's my job to be in position where the quarterback can just make the pass, and I got to go get it. So, just running the lane with Russ, he's usually out in front of the pack because, his pace, his intensity. But, when you run with him, you get rewarded.
LeBron, the last 2 teams that you've been on under Frank have been such defensive juggernauts, and it seemed to come together pretty quickly defensively. Frank has said that you guys still have, a longer way to go with this group. What have you seen from him and the coaches in terms of what's different about implementing the defense this year, and how has that process been different from the last 2 years?
No, it's every day. It's every day. We got a lot of guys, a lot of new guys this year that came from different systems, or played defense in different ways. So, we're working every day. Our film sessions are probably the most important because we get an opportunity to watch it and clip it and watching the slow-mo and say, okay, if we had did that better, or this is how we want to play this specific action. This is what puts us in best possible chance to get a stop after stop after stop. And I think the film that we watched from the OKC game in the second half, we was able to translate to tonight and hold this team to 42% shooting. So that's fantastic.
LeBron, when were you sure that you'd be able to go tonight? And did you feel anything at all or feel 100%?
Around 5:30, 5:45. I felt pretty good at that point, and I was doing a couple tests on my ankle behind closed doors. And, Mike Mancias looked at me, and I looked at him and just gave the nod. And, definitely feel it a little bit right now, but that's just adrenaline wearing off. So, but it feels a lot better post-game today than it did post-game Sunday when we played Memphis.
Hey, LeBron, good to see you again. What were your first impressions of Evan Mobley?
He is he's going to be a damn good basketball player in this league, and I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it. It's so crazy because he was just playing against my son a couple years